Hi, everybody. I just wanted to touch base. Been a little while since I had done so, and currently I am taking this 4th of July weekend. It's currently July 1st, I believe. My birthday's in 7 days. That's odd. No, it's July 2nd. It's a Saturday. Sorry, it's a Sunday. So, yeah, my birthday's in a few days, 5 days exactly. I'll be right here, not going anywhere, not really doing much of anything, taking a break for myself. But I wanted to kind of touch base and talk about what's going on right now. Currently, I have a video lined up in the queue, ready to go. I'm ready to organize it and put it together. And if you haven't heard me say before, this is where the story starts to get interesting. Everything up to this point has kind of been leading to a fever pitch. This is where things start to go absolutely bananas. At least what I consider absolutely bananas. And this is the point where we wind up with all kinds of stuff that just seems to be thrown at us left and right. We even had a leprosy scare. We'll talk about that when the time comes, and that was fun. But no, that was not fun. That was the opposite of fun. But yeah, that'll be upcoming in the near future. But that being said, what I'm doing right now, in terms of I'm not going forward with the videos right now. Right now, I'm spending time working. The last year's worth of videos. My wife was very organized. Very, very organized. She had all these videos lined up in a Dropbox, and they were all labeled like, this group of videos is going to cover these subjects and cover this amount of time. And then there's another box. It's like, oh, these videos that are in here are going to cover this subject matter, and they're from this time to this time. And that continued up until about January 1st of 2022. It is currently 2023. She passed away in 2023. That means I've got a year's worth of videos and pictures that are uncategorized and jumbled up. So I have to go into every single video, click on it, look at the creation time, which is a menu that you can kind of see in there. Look at the creation time. Okay, then I go out, I rename the file in terms of a very specific, like I do like the year, month, and date. That way it literally puts everything in order. And I'm able to kind of go through and organize everything that way. There's thousands, not thousands, maybe between 500 to 1,000, somewhere in there. There's a lot. Now, to give you a fair warning, a lot of these are pictures, and a lot of these are videos. You'll probably have noticed Brittany is always about pushing the business, always about marketing, always about, trying to make sure that she stayed active, and she loved doing it. She loved being this active, keeping her life going, keeping this business going. It was her baby. It was her it was her child. It was her hobby. So a lot of these videos are marketing, and if you've ever gone to her Instagram page, you'll see like there's always marketing. She was always marketing, even whenever we weren't posting videos. We were marketing for the business, and I think there's a large chunk of these videos are some of those marketing and promotional materials. So we did a lot of videos from like various places and stuff, and we'd spend an extra hour here getting little videos and whatnot. And she just never got a chance to organize them all. Of course, I know she wanted to, but it's just not the way things kind of played out, So now I'm going through and I'm looking at all these videos, and instead of deleting them at this stage, I'm simply numbering them and putting them in a file order. That way I don't get distracted, which I have several times at this point already, and I don't get bogged down in the minutia of what gets deleted, what doesn't, is this going to be necessary, so on and so forth. So yeah, at this point, all I'm really doing is organizing and putting everything together. And I'm looking forward to getting back to the regularly scheduled programming, the regular videoing. I'm getting back to, or I'm looking forward to getting back to posting these videos regularly. We're, like I said, we're coming on this absolutely crazy whirlwind of a year. And if you're the praying type, I could use some prayer right now. A lot of these videos are definitely harder because I'm sitting here like trying to not look at them. I know what some of them are. Some of them I've long forgotten, and they're just interesting, and I want to watch them again. And some of them are heart-wrenching because I remember what they are, and I don't want to have to go through them again, but I do anyway, and I force myself to do it, and I wind up, it takes me an hour to recover, and then by that point it's kind of like, so then I shut it down. This process has been going on for about 2 or 3 days now, and I have not, I'm not finished yet. I'm about 3/4 the way done at this point in time. Yeah, it's been tough, but like I said, I could use some prayer, I can use some uplifting here, we'll get through it. Every step of this journey has been important, whether it was for Brittany or whether it was for me. And I know that she was called to do these videos, and now it's my responsibility, my calling as well, to get these out. And we have a very real enemy. He comes to seek, kill, and destroy. And I'm not saying that this is some holy mission that has been thrust upon me. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But I do know that I'm doing this for the kingdom. I'm continuing Brittany's work for the kingdom. And I do know that the tidal forces in my life have made it difficult. It's nonstop. There is going through this has been some of the absolute hardest stuff I've ever done, but it's also been like I've been really relatively quiet about my personal life and that kind of stuff, and there's nothing really happening. But if you don't think for a moment that I'm not reminded every time I say something about God or I type something to one of you that affirms faith or speaks to what I consider to be the reality of this world, what many people consider to be the reality of this world, I am not reminded constantly of, and with great depth, the sheer amount of my failures and weaknesses and sin. So I know the logic is like, Darrin, you're grieving and you're creating something. You're looking at this and turning it into more than what it is. And I get that psychological tick. I get that. Speaking from a psychological standpoint, we search for meaning in the seemingly meaningless. And the Christian faith offers that meaning. It just does. That's the whole point. It offers meaning in a world that's seemingly meaningless. And me saying that I feel absolutely assaulted every time I turn around, yeah, it's definitely seems like I'm attributing more to this circumstance than is really there. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But what I am going to say is that it's been tough. And it's been tough even getting the strength to do these videos. But I know I've got to. Not for her, but for him. For the kingdom. So, like I said, prayers are welcome. And don't think for a moment that you're alone in your suffering. Whatever you've experienced on this earth, Christ suffered it. He paid that price for us. And we can have that assurance in knowing that whatever you've gone through, whatever you've experienced, whatever you've done, He's paid for it. Trusting in Him is the only way to receive that. Following Him and following His actions affirms that you are doing it. And I strive to make sure that my actions line up with that of my Savior's. And whenever I fail, I know that He's got me. And that's the very thing that Satan is trying to stop me and stop you from feeling, stop you from recognizing. It's just not worth it. Oh, I've done too much. Oh, I've backslidden one too many times. Keep pushing forward. Keep holding on to your faith. Hold on to the fact that whatever you've done, Christ has paid for it. So, I am about to upload this video while I go to church. And hopefully I'll be able to get this thing posted by the end of today sometime. So, thank you guys for hanging around. Thank you for sticking with me throughout this whole thing. And we'll get back to work soon. Enjoy your 4th of July, by the way.